Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're trying Spaten Optimator. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review, where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking. I am Ben. There is Jay. Andy is in the attic. Be sure to check out our social media links below. And if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell so you can get notified of all of our videos in the future. What are we going to be trying today?
The Spaten Optimator. It's a Doppelbock, and it is brewed in Munich, Germany, out of the Spaten-Franziskaner-Löwenbräu-Gruppe. I think there's some umlauts in there that I might not have gotten out of the throat properly.
It's 1397 is what it says.
Yes. Interesting enough, it was first brewed, or this brewery started in 1397 under a different name.
All right,
changed.
Let's wait. Let's crack it, and you can talk to us.
Let's get to cracking. Okay, that's right. This brewery is not out of Telluride, so we can crack first. I got my mug. I had to look up. It's like, what do you drink a Doppelbock from? So,
I saw a couple of options, honestly.
some were like the Celebrator. It makes a mug, and some said pills glasses. Some said, and that's similar to like a Hefe. But I've seen a lot of them.
It's fairly dark.
Glass. Yeah. Well, interesting you say that. We'll get to some interesting information about that. We got to nerd out sometime.
Yeah.
Smells good though.
So this is a Doppelbock, but first you probably should know what a Bock is. So a Bock is a strong, dark, malty, and lightly hopped German lager that originated in the 14th century in Einbeck, Germany. That's a single Bock. And Doppelbock just means double Bock. Doppel is double. Let's take some sips.
Cheers, mates.
It is rich and malty. It's exactly as they describe a Doppelbock should be, or a Bock. So as we said, in the 1300s is when a Bock was first brewed. Then the Doppelbock didn't come around until the 1700s, 18th century. Some Franciscan monks got busy with their brewing and did it. There's a myth that said that they called it liquid bread, and they would drink this in times of fasting, but that's been contested, and actually that they found that they used it to supplement to a vegetarian diet. So, who knows? It's good stuff.
Interesting. So I know I've had I don't know what the regular Spaten beer is, what specifically it's called, but I recognize Spaten. I recognize the Spaten logo. I've had it a few times. One that I try to grab when I see it here, because I don't see it that often. But this was one that I picked up while on the road, and wanted to get it back to us to give a shot, because it was definitely a new one for me, ever seeing, honestly.
Well, Spaten in German means spade, and so that's their symbol on their label. It's a malt shovel. And interesting, on the Optimator, since it's a Doppelbock, they put two of them on there. How clever!
There we go. Very interesting.
So this is 7.6%. So being a double, a box are usually not quite so strong. 60 IBUs. You really don't pick up any bitterness out of this guy. They say it's lightly hopped. It is lightly, very light.
I was going to say, I can't believe this is at 60 IBUs.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So do we
this-
know? I guess this was actually brewed in Munich, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I said, the brewery started in 1397, but it was under another name. It changed names through the years, ownership and names, and then in 1854 it became the Spaten-Franziskaner-Löwenbräu-Gruppe Group, and started delivering shipping to North America in 1909.
Yeah, I didn't know if this was maybe like some of those you see. I mean, we talked about this before, the Konas, where it's a Hawaii beer, but it's brewed in New Jersey or something like that.
Because this is an InBev or Anheuser-Busch InBev company, and you've heard like Beck beer.
Yep.
You know, that got taken over by a big macro conglomerate and is now brewed in the US instead of Germany, you know, some of it. So it's hard to know what you can trust.
Yeah.
But this one, it says on the label, it's imported. Although I read something on one site that it says the Optimator is not available in Germany, but I couldn't find anything else to confirm that. So, you know, there's might be a urban legend is by far too bold to say, but there's something out there that's saying.
Yeah, that would be a little
able to-
crazy. You know, having your home country not have the beer available there.
Well, I went to their website, but they did not offer an English version of it. So, and I was going around because then they had the Polliner beer and the Franziskaner. So Franziskaner is like this is Spaten. Then they had a Franziskaner and another one. I couldn't actually find Optimator on their site. I clicked all around, but I was mostly looking for the English version of the site, and they didn't have it.
Yeah, so I mean, this one's imported through St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
makes sense since it's an Anheuser-Busch InBev.
Yep.
Yeah.
And technically the brewery's a macro brewery. You know?
Really?
Yeah, you know, you think of something like a quote craft import, you don't think macro, but you know what?
Yeah.
Boys and girls, y'all watch enough of Hopped Up Beer Review, our Macro Mondays, you'll learn some things.
Absolutely. Macro Mondays are the first Monday of every month. We release a macro beer review. So we have just released our first one recently for Budweiser, the king of beers, not the beer of kings. Keep that in mind. So go check that out. All right. So yeah, I'm assuming that's is that the extent of our nerding out here? Do we know anything else about Spaten or Optimator?
I'm done. I'm back to normal, Andy.
Done. Back to okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go around and rate this one on our 10-point scale. Jay, start us off.
yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting offering from Spaten. Not one that I'm absolutely in love with, but you know, it's got a good flavor. I think overall I would probably rate this 6.5. It's not something that I'm going to drink every day, but it was a good one to try. So,
All right, Andy, what you think?
I think you should go. Nice.
All right, fine. So I'll tip the hat a little bit here. I was traveling and I saw a Spaten product. Again, I like the kind of the regular Spaten beer that I've seen. Again, try to pick it up when I can. So I saw another product from Spaten and decided to grab it. So I did try this previously. But I don't know. I think there's something about it that just isn't for me. Maybe I put it that way. You know, again, this is the second time I've had it now. Saved some for you guys, so you could either confirm or not confirm what I'm thinking here. But I don't know. It's just I can't really put it into words. It's just not my favorite thing. So that's about the best I can do, I guess. For that, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not one that, not one that I would, other than reviewing it for this show, I would probably drink again. Personally, it's not something I'm going to reach for. So that's where I stand with it.
Wow.
Did you give Budweiser better than that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
I
think
know
I
you
gave it
a low.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 4 as well.
You know what?
Harsh.
Yeah.
Spoiler
I like
alert.
it. Yeah, I really like this stuff. I'm pleased. I like German beers, all types, and this is very rich and malty, very nutty,
Yep.
and it does linger, on the palate a little while. That coating, but to me, not in a bad way. Excuse me, but I'm going to give it a 7.5. I like a good thick and heavy German beer. It's great for me. So if you got any left over, I'll take them off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I like German beer too. For some reason, this one just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. I just, it's that
cool, man. To each their own.
Unprofessional and somewhat biased review that you're getting from the three of us. So
that's why there's 3 of us. I mean,
you can average it out. We'll give you give you a score. So
I'm not one who's gonna, unless something's really bad, I'm not gonna give them a really bad rating. So
that's why the old saying, 3 wrongs do make a right.
There you go. Maybe that needs to be our motto going forward.
Coin that. Our new T-shirts, Hopped Up Beer Review. 3 wrongs make a right.
There you go. All right, that will be a 6 for the Spaten Optimator Doppelbock out of the brewery that Andy named earlier in Munich, Germany. Appreciate you guys checking us out. Definitely want to say, if you've checked out this video, you've made it this far, or you've watched any of our other videos, definitely appreciate you guys doing that. We have a lot of fun doing this, but definitely appreciate you guys checking it out as well. So be sure to check us out on social media, leave us some comments, interact with us through multiple ways there, and we're happy to reciprocate. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Stop laughing at me, Andy.
I'm ready to reciprocate.